Psychological tricks used by smart people. Have you ever met someone who never raises their voice, never argues, yet still manages to get exactly what they want? They don't force things, nor are they overly charming, but there's something in the way they carry themselves, the way they respond, and how they ask the right questions. Everything just feels so effective. People listen to them, problems ease, and the atmosphere shifts. What sets individuals like this apart isn't just intelligence, but psychological awareness, the ability to understand social dynamics and use subtle behavioral techniques to handle situations more smoothly. Once you start noticing these tricks, you won't be able to unsee them. And when you begin applying them yourself, everything will start to feel a whole lot easier. Number 1, building connection through shared frustration. You must have experienced that moment when venting about something annoying, like reckless drivers or long waits for customer service, brings people closer together. That's not just mere complaining. It's a shortcut to building connection. Smart people use these little moments to build rapport. It's like saying, hey, you and I are on the same side. It's emotionally fast, disarming, and surprisingly effective in lowering defenses. Number 2, using silence as a tool for clarification. Most people feel a reflexive urge to fill silence, but smart communicators let the silence stretch, especially when someone is being vague, manipulative, or evasive. Silence creates a psychological gap that begs to be filled. In that space, people often end up clarifying themselves, revealing things they initially hid, or saying more than they intended. When used intentionally, silence becomes a truth amplifier. Number 3, shifting personal blame to process-oriented talk. When something goes wrong, it's easy to ask, why did you do that? But that question makes people defensive. Smart people redirect the focus to the process, not the person. They ask, what led to that decision? What was the sequence? What was your thought process? It moves the moment away from blame and toward problem solving, which often yields better results. Number 4, casually creating behavioral expectations. Smart people subtly embed expectations in everyday conversations. Instead of making direct demands, they keep it light and natural. Rather than saying, don't be late, they say something like, you've been so great at being on time lately. Love that. It indirectly encourages consistency, reliability, or future behavior. This technique anchors desired actions into someone's self-image. And since people want to remain consistent with how they see themselves, they usually fulfill those expectations without even realizing it. It's low pressure, but highly effective. Number 5, matching emotional intensity before calming someone. When someone is emotionally charged, telling them to calm down rarely works. Smart people instead momentarily mirror that emotional intensity, not to escalate it, but to show they understand. This builds alignment and validation. Only after that brief resonance do they begin to lower the energy. The result, tension fades and meaningful communication becomes possible. It's a respectful way to create psychological safety before leading someone to clarity. Number 6, strategically breaking eye contact. We're told eye contact shows confidence. True, but too much can feel confrontational. Smart people know when to break it, usually right after delivering a strong point. That moment of gaze break forces the listener to internalize what was said. It adds gravity like a mic drop, but quieter when done intentionally. This small gesture commands attention without overpowering the conversation. Number 7, presenting ideas as hypotheticals to reduce resistance. One of the most effective ways to introduce a new idea, especially a potentially resisted one, is by presenting it as a hypothetical. Smart communicators remove the pressure of a decision and frame it as a thought experiment. What would happen if we tried this? This makes others more open to the idea, ironically leading to agreement faster than a direct suggestion. Number 8, practicing selective unawareness. Sometimes the smartest move is pretending not to notice what's going on. People tend to open up more when they don't feel threatened. They relax, let their guard down, and talk more freely. Smart people use this in negotiations, tense talks, even interviews. Not to deceive, but to observe. It's a powerful way to gather insight, understand motives, and assess dynamics. Number 9, asking for insight over assistance. There's a key psychological difference between being asked to help and being asked for advice. Asking for insight makes someone feel knowledgeable and respected. It says, I trust your judgment, instead of I need something from you. Smart people use this tactic to make others feel competent and valued, and people tend to respond more positively because of it. Number 10, managing expectations to quietly exceed them. While some overpromise and underdeliver, smart people do the opposite. They manage expectations and then quietly overdeliver. For instance, they say, I'll try to finish this by Friday, and then submit it flawlessly on Thursday. No showboating, just quiet excellence that builds trust and keeps people coming back. Great strategy in both business and life. Number 11, leading with questions, not arguments. This is one of the most underrated psychological tricks smart people use in tense moments. Whether it's a debate or a group clash, they avoid jumping in with arguments. Why? Because taking a side makes people defensive. But asking thoughtful, open-ended questions shifts the tone. People feel heard instead of attacked, and they begin to reflect, explain, and often reconsider. Number 12, framing feedback as a favor. Giving feedback is tricky, especially if the person is sensitive. Smart people avoid sounding critical and instead frame feedback as helpful input, a tip, an insight, or a favor. This changes the entire energy of the interaction. It feels like support, not judgment. And when people believe you're trying to help, not fix them, they're more likely to listen, reflect, and apply it. Smart people don't control others. They understand them. They study behavior like a science. They listen more than they speak and respond with intention. They think long-term. So the next time you're in a difficult conversation, tense negotiation, or try and make a connection, ask yourself, what would a smart person do? You might discover the answer isn't louder, faster, or more forceful. It's quieter, smarter, and far more powerful.